So this exercise is the cone. All right, so let's take a look in CAD, and it gives us all the instructions there. So really the first thing that I'm going to do is, again, this is our top down, so I'm going to draw a floor. So let me go back to the home tab here, and I'll use the box. Oops. Try that one more time. So they're basically saying doing a 15 by 15 foot planar surface. So actually the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change to units, and I'm going to change my units to architectural. There we go. And now I do a 15 foot by 15 foot. Change the angle of this a little bit, and the height obviously is going to be not very big, but I'm trying to zoom out here. Let's do this as 4 inches. There we go. So it's going down. And let's see, what else can we do here? I'm going to switch right away from 2D wireframe into conceptual so I can see a little bit better. So I got a floor, right? And then it wants us to make 2 boxes, 15 by 4 by 9. It says alternatively we can do a poly solid of the same dimensions. So poly solid is going to be right up here, right? And let's see, so down in the bottom we've got specify start point or do object or height or width. So let's set the height, so H for height, and that's going to be 15 feet, and enter. Let's do width, so W enter for width, and the width is 4 inches, so just type 4. Okay. And now it's just about starting in the right spot. So I'm going to use this back corner here. There we go. So I'll go to the corner. 1 and 2, and hit enter. All right. So this is actually a little higher. So height I should have done 9 feet instead of 15, but this just gives us a little bit more room. So it shouldn't be a problem. But if you like to, we can do a press pull. Let's see if we can get the press pull to work. And so if we were at 15 feet, we need it to be 9 feet, so we want to drop it 6 feet. So I'm going to say 6 feet, enter. There we go. And hit escape out of that. That's that. And finally, we need to add the cone. So the cone, center point doesn't really matter. We just want it close, so I'm going to pull it in closer to the back. And so we want a radius. It says what? Radius of 2 feet, so 2 foot radius. Hit enter and bring this up, and we want a height of 5 feet. So 5 feet, enter. There we go. And we can click on this and see, change the gizmo back. If we do want to move it, all right, we can just do this. Okay, awesome. So now basically it's just asking us to place materials similar to what is shown in that wonderful black and white image. So it looks like our floor is tiled. It looks like the cone is wooden of some sort. So let's do this. Let's change from conceptual to realistic. Okay, and go into the visualize and the material browser. And so I had flooring out from the last time, so I'm just going to jump down to tile. And let's see, let's try let's see what this circular mosaic is all about. That's kind of cool. So we got some tiles there. And let's see, we've got a wooden, well, that's wood flooring. Let's go down to wood. And bird elm. I like that. Bird elm is really cool. I love that, the look of bird elm. So we'll do that. And let's see, for walls, what are we going to do? Wall coverings. Let's see, we got wall coverings and wall paint. Let's see, vertical stripes. There we go. All right, so that's kind of different. And all right, so they're saying they want to turn on the sun, right? So sun status, adjust exposure settings, so environment, check that on. There we go. So the sun is on, sun and location, right? If we wanted to, we could do that, but basically that should be fine. Let's do full shadows. And I think this is going to be too dark for right now, but let's just do a quick render and see where we're at. That's actually pretty light. Okay. So if that's the case, that kind of works out nice. So let's try zooming in on this. And let's see what we get here. And that's not too bad. I might move this up a hair. And let's see if we can capture the floor. Okay. I mean, that's nice and bright. I see everything. You know, maybe change the mapping. Do I want to add some more shadows? You know, add another light for a shadow effect. We can try doing that. So let's try doing that. So I'm going to create a light here. Let's do a spotlight. We haven't really done spotlight, so turn off the default lighting. Well, I think there goes our sun. Let's see. I'm going to bring this left click here, and I'm going to try the tip of the cone. And exit. Alright, so now I got a cool shadow. That works. I'm going to click on my light, and I'm going to raise it. There we go. And maybe shift it over just a bit. Maybe a bit more. There we go. And we've got these, you know, again, these two rings, these two circles. And if we just take a look at the angle, we can kind of make a hot spot and then have it fade off. So, you know, we can play around with that. And again, I'm looking at the numbers. So now the numbers are going up, so that's not good. I want the numbers to go down, which means I'm pulling away. And I think it might have snapped back here. So I'm going to turn my F3 off. There we go. One more time. Again, looking for the numbers to go down. That's it. So we've got a hot spot here. And well, let's just see what happens. Quick render. Well, I'm not seeing that shadow. So it might be because the sun is kind of, you know, killing our vibe here. So turn that off. A little bit darker. Not quite what I'm looking for. I'm really looking for this shadow to be there. Let's see, sun status. Let's go adjust exposure. Let's turn the environment off. I think that'll give us a more precise read. There we go. Okay, so, but now I'm not seeing that shadow. I got the shadow down below. take a look at how far that light is. Alright, so I may want to bring it a little closer. So I'm going to click on that light and let's do the green, bring it nice and close. Maybe the red. And I think I just lost my target. Let's move that target back on. There we go. Yeah, let's see what we get with this here. Okay, the reflectivity of the floor is kind of messing with me. I think I don't like that. So material browser, let's go back to floor, tile. Let's see, let's maybe try a terracotta floor. There we go. And let's just see what happens. Render, there it is. The floor is really shiny, so that's, I think, what's throwing me off here. So I want a very slight angle, maybe. Okay. So that's getting there. I'm still not getting that big shadow. I'm going to do another create light, this time a point light, however. And I'm going to throw it up top. And let's just see, so that, yeah, it's way off. So we're going to click on that guy. We're going to bring it way over here. And it does play tricks with you. Definitely plays tricks with you. And if you're not turning the model, you know, it's going to be very difficult to see where you are with it. All right, so now I'm starting to see some shadow effects. There we go. So my light is slowly getting into the right spot. Raise it just a little bit. Okay. Move this over like so. And let's see, zoom in. Get a good shot here. And do a quick render to see what's going on. Alright, dark side. So that means I'm going to have to bring that light a little bit closer in. So I'm going to drop it down. And again, let's see how far away that is. So bring some over here. Red arrow there. Let's see what's going on now. Alright, still a bit on the dark side, which is kind of weird. But let's see, is there anything that we can do? Render to size. Well, that's our size. Render options, environment and exposure. So exposure, I guess maybe let's try to bring it up a little bit. And see if that kind of helps. Helps a little bit. Alright, but problem I see, I have materials that are all, you know, pretty much very brown. And I'm not quite getting the shadows. So maybe I'll turn the sun status off. So now I'm getting the shadows that I want, but it's really dark. So I'm going to try, let's see, I'm going to zoom in. Can I right click and get my properties and maybe we change the intensity of things. So intensity factor of 1, let's try 5. Again, we might have to change some settings around. All right, so now at least I'm getting the shadows that I want. Might have to bring in a couple more lights, or again, like I said, bring it in closer. So let's go back down to create light, do another point light, and let's place one right there, exit, and again, let's make sure we see exactly where it is here. Right there, okay. So let's see, let's do this. And let's just see what happens. All right, that brightens that up pretty well. So I'm getting closer to what I want. And I think what I might do is I'm going to place this behind the cone, just to kind of light up that whole section here. That'll light up the walls. It might give me, looks like it's giving me some extreme shadows there. So let's see what happens here now. Okay. So now this is actually kind of confusing me because it is still dark and I've added 3 lights. You know, the only thing I can think of doing again is just kind of playing around with the brightness and the exposure. Maybe make it a 5, something like that. And let's see what's going on. Okay, so that's better. Alright, so a little bit more bright. You know, again, maybe changing materials around. Wall coverings, let's try something a little bit, let's see, a floral blue, just to kind of change it up maybe. That might be kind of interesting. Let's see, zoom in, give it a test. Almost there, almost there. Okay, so turn this just a hair, zoom in. There we go. Now we got something a little bit more interesting. We got lights, darks, shadows, highlights. Yeah, I like it. So this will be, I might be able to add another light, you know, just to kind of bring, let's see, where's that spotlight? The spotlight is here. And let's see if we can bring that in just a hair closer. And let's see what that does. There you go, that's kind of cool. So nice and bright highlight up there, you know, interesting shadows, you know, good reflectivity. So now I just want to kill this bottom section here. So that just might be moving this down. Still see it. Let me move it to the left a little bit. There we go. That's a full frame. Got a nice highlight, interesting shadows, reflectivity. That works. That was pretty good. All right, save that as the cone project, and you should be good to go. So again, sometimes it all depends on, you know, you turning that sky off or on. I know it says turn the sky on. It's really up to you. Finding that section of light that works, and making sure that you're happy with it. So sometimes adding more lights will give you the rendering that you like, that you want. Again, don't be afraid to experiment and try. That's what this is about. Getting used to things, getting familiar, switching up materials, you know, maybe changing reflective properties. It's really all up to you. All right. That is the cone project.